We're looking at 2 Nephi chapters 11 through 19, and the theme is, His name shall be the Prince of Peace. And of course, chapters 12 through 19, we're going to be getting into Isaiah.
The meat of Isaiah, which is exciting, so don't run away. We're chugging along here, really trying to digest and make sense of and really liken Isaiah to ourselves. And the beautiful thing about Isaiah too is it's so broad and there's so much imagery that he uses in there. It really is such a unique way of teaching, describing, explaining. I mean, it is a parable for each of us to be applied in a unique way, in a way in which we can interpret things and understand things according to where we are at today. I mean, the scriptures do that in general anyways, but Isaiah is a perfect use case of doing that. So don't get intimidated by Isaiah. Really just focus on how you can take those words and apply them to what the Spirit is telling you individually and what you need to hear.
And I had a few questions here just to get us going and get us thinking. So kind of the first topic or question here, how can I better understand the teachings of Isaiah? And I posed the question here, why do you think that the Isaiah passages are important for us to understand today? And then I also put on here a quote from 3 Nephi, when the Savior was visiting the Nephites. He said, Behold, I say unto you that ye ought to search these things, Isaiah, yea, a commandment I give unto you, that ye search these things diligently, for great are the words of Isaiah. So not just in Nephi and Jacob's time, but also hundreds of years later in 3 Nephi, Isaiah is still important.
Yep.
And the fact that it's in the Book of Mormon for us today means it's still important for us today. So,
thousands of years later. Yep.
So why is that? Why is it still important for us today? Well, obviously, Isaiah, right, he speaks messianically in some of his scriptures, but he also, there's a duality to the way that he records his prophecy. Isaiah was such a visionary that it's not just hard for us to understand today. It was hard for them to understand. I mean, Nephi tried just to use Isaiah for Laman and Lemuel. They're like, I ain't getting it.
Yeah, I don't understand.
And they understood all the cultural references.
Yeah.
And they still were having trouble understanding it.
Yeah.
But the point is that Isaiah, he was so high above the world that he was able to receive these visions of his time, of the coming days in his time, and also of end times, and understand and write in a way that was applicable for both then and now.
One of the beautiful things about Isaiah and how he writes as well is that he doesn't sugarcoat or be disingenuous in what he sees, what he knows, what he understands. And this is why I think it's so important for us to study Isaiah today, is when he describes things, when he explains things, when he lays things out, he does it in the most real way possible. Now, it's in terms that are difficult for us to fully understand because he's speaking in his way, in his culture, in his time, right? But he doesn't sugarcoat a thing. He's giving it to you straight, And then on the flip side of that, though, he always provides that hope, though, at the end of the day, because you read some of his passages and you think, boy, this is really disheartening. There's not a lot of optimism here, but he's just telling the truth. He's speaking truth.
Hit that like button, leave us a comment, subscribe to the channel. We really appreciate it.
They may seem like little things, but liking, commenting, it helps the algorithm push our content out to more people. So it's our small way of sharing the gospel in a social media age.